Alright, hello everybody, it's Never I'm on, and you have not heard from me in a while. I know my last video was like 2 months ago. We don't question that. Roblox has been dry as always. That's a fact that doesn't really change. And I just didn't really feel like there's any videos worth making, as irresponsible as that sounds. So you'd probably think, oh, okay, he's coming back, making more videos. This one has to be some like high quality, well edited video he spent days on, right? Well, you would be wrong. You really overestimate me sometimes, you know that? Today's video is going to be more of a ramble kind of video because although I do have something I want to talk about, I don't feel like writing a script for it. Call me lazy, I already know that. You don't need to rub it in my face. But today I'm going to be talking about the closed community games that are going to be coming out soon. One of my biggest problems right now has been finding content because, as you know, I am a CC YouTuber. That is literally all I upload. It's all CC games. I maybe have like, what, 5 non-CC videos? So like, that's pretty much all I do. And the CC scene, oh my god, that's a mouthful. The closed community scene right now has been so unbelievably dry. There's been nothing to play besides Crawfish and Desperation, and as we know, those games aren't the best, like at all. And I've also formally quit both games like multiple times. So if I upload more videos on those games, my reputation's kind of at stake there. So we've been avoiding that. But gladly, a bunch of new CC games are coming out soon. And I kind of wanted to give them some spotlight, highlight them a little bit, because most of them do seem pretty peak. And I honestly think if all of these games come out and they do well, it could actually fix the CC drought. Should have also probably mentioned, I haven't been in contact with like any of the owners of these games, so it's not like I'm like sponsored or whatever. Nobody would pay to get an Amon video made on them, let's be real. There's like a 90% chance it'd be like some rant or like an angry video, so just know that these are my authentic opinions on these games. Alright, so the first CC game I wanted to talk about is Canard, a Project Moon game that's coming out fairly soon. It was actually supposed to come out today as of recording this video, and then it got pushed to tomorrow, and then it got pushed to December 6th as of the making of this video, so the delays are real. But it looks like a very promising game. As I said, it's Project Moon, and Project Moon has a lot of potential content in it. You know, the Project Moon power system, they have ego, they have magic, they have all that stuff. And the game actually takes a lot of inspiration from Birdcage, which is a CC game a lot of you may know. It was that one really big Attack on Titan game that spawned like 1 billion clones. So the game takes some inspiration from that, but I would say it's in a good way. It's more like in terms of the style of the game and like some of the mechanics, but not a lot of them. So the game generally looks fairly good. I've actually been able to play the game myself a bit early. I got to test out the combat, the character creation, all of that stuff, and it looks really clean. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think the game has a lot of potential if it actually does come out, and I don't see why it wouldn't, but the delays kind of tell a story, so you know, you got to be prepared for anything. But this is definitely a CC game I would put my attention on, I would look out for. Okay, enough about Canard, let's move on to the next CC game, and the next one I wanted to talk about is Bungee Gum, which is a CC game I expect a lot of you have heard about, especially if you're in the Desperation community. It's owned by like a big Desperation content creator. You probably know Igazun. And as the name would imply, Bungee Gum is a Hunter x Hunter closed community game. And it looks good. It looks good. I've had my eyes on it for a while now, I think multiple months. So it's not like this is something I found out about recently. I've been waiting for this game. And yeah, it does look good. I like the mechanics so far, or at least what I've seen of the mechanics, as I haven't actually gotten to test the game at all. But it looks clean. I like it. The movement, the combat, everything looks pretty nice. I also like how diverse some of the injuries look. The map looks good as well. I'm just basing this off of the sneaks I've seen. I probably won't be able to show those because for some reason they decided to wipe a lot of the sneaks, so I don't really have anything to show for this video, but take my word for it, right? In Bungee Gum, you know, they plan to have like a lot of options. That's what I've seen. So it's not like you're just like hard set. Oh, I need to become a hunter. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. Right. It seems like they're gonna give you like a lot of options for what you can do, which is nice. That's one thing I definitely enjoy in close community games, having options. So like you don't have to be a hunter. You could like join like the Yakuza or like become a private bodyguard or become like a collector or something. Although like let's be real, 90% of people are gonna want to be hunters. 90% of people are gonna want to get some like cracked Hatsu ability and start moving like Gon and Killa. Even though let's be real, for the final time, most people are going to be frauds. If it takes like any inspiration from Desperation, which I'm telling you, it's going to. It's made by Ikazun. Like his biggest game, the game he like got really popular off of was Desperation, so it's like it's going to take inspiration from that game, right? Yeah, 90% of people are going to be frauds. But don't worry. 10% of people are going to be goats, and I'm going to be one of them. So yeah. I don't really have much else to say about Bungee Gum. My only concerns for the game aren't actually anything mechanically to do with it. It's more to do with management. I'm interested to see how the management for the game will be handled, because I think that'll make or break the game. But I can't really jump to assumptions with that, so really there's no point talking about Bungee Gum anymore. Let's move on to the next one. I forgot to say this initially, but apparently Bungee Gum is coming out on December 1st, so it's actually like really soon, like it'll be a day or two after this video goes up. So I would definitely check out the server for that, because you might actually be able to get in like right away. Okay, now to talk about a game I have been waiting on for an almost agonizing amount of time now, and that's Nagoya. Nagoya is a Jujutsu Kaisen game made by a lot of the same people who actually worked on Crawfish, and oh god, when I say I've been waiting for this game, I mean I've been waiting for this game. The game looks absolutely beautiful, and knowing the developers of the game, I know the game's gonna be heat. The game's actually made by, it's owned rather, by Shihai, you know, one of my friends from Crawfish, and also a really talented particle effects maker, I'm pretty sure. I forget if he actually does building stuff as well. Regardless, it doesn't matter. It's made by Shihai. It's made by a couple other goats from old Crawfish, so I'm actually really excited for this game. The best way I could describe it is Nagoya will probably end up being what Crawfish always should have been, or at least could have become. So yeah, that's very high praise coming from me. Considering I literally started my channel off of Crawfish, and it's the game that has gotten me the most viewership. But yeah, I'm really excited for Nagoya. I haven't been able to test the game at all, so really everything I'm talking about here, it's based off of what they've shown, but what they've shown has been good. The server is public. If you want to see the sneaks that I can't show in this video, then go check them out yourself. They're right there. The only thing with Nagoya is they really have not shown us anything to do with progression, really even much to do with combat. And I'm kind of worried the combat's going to become like that typical, you know, deep woken copy, but they do it slightly worse kind of combat, literally just from what I've seen. Once again, I haven't played it. So that's kind of concerning, but besides that, I think Nagoya will be a really fun experience, considering I primarily play closed community games for like the roleplay aspect anyway. So even if the combat's blood, I'll probably still play it, let me be real. But yeah, Nagoya is definitely something you should have on your radar. I can definitely say I've had it on mine. Shihai, please release the game. Please at least let us test it. Please, I'm begging here. I'm begging here. You've had us waiting for so damn long. And also, speaking of Crawfish, I was actually thinking of making a video titled something like, oh, how I'd improve like every CC game I've played, or like something like that. That's still on the table, but I just thought, okay, it wouldn't be too interesting. Most of them, it would be either, oh, I'd completely shut the game down because the game's butt, or I'd revamp combat, and then I'd revamp progression, and then I'd remove the friend grouping or whatever, and a lot of that stuff's kind of unrealistic. A CC game without friend grouping is like a goth girl without black lipstick. There you go. Or like a fanboy without a choker. It doesn't work, right? One needs the other. So, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not wilding here. But it's specifically in the case of Crawfish. Believe it or not, you definitely can believe it. I've been playing Crawfish on the low, on stream. I'm really unfaithful to my word at this point. Please forgive me. But I don't really plan to make any serious content on Crawfish, because from what I can tell, the game really has only gotten worse with time. And the only reason I can kind of enjoy the game is because I've been nepo-babied into a faction and like progression and everything like that. So that's pretty much why I've had any remote enjoyment in the game. But when I say Nagoya is gonna be Crawfish but better, I really just hope it's Crawfish but they take it seriously. Like, oh my god. Let me not get into a Crawfish ramble. This video is completely unrelated. Let's get back to the games. I have one left. Yeah. And coming to the final game I wanted to talk about today, we have Heavenly Realms. And oh god, Heavenly Realms will be so good to play. For those who don't know, you probably don't, Heavenly Realms is pretty small. It's a Zhangjia cultivation inspired CC game. So just think of like, I don't know, Reverend Insanity or Marshall Peak or something like that. It's inspired by the same stuff that those things are based off of. And the game looks pretty peak. We've seen a lot of the game so far. And the game is actually owned by, yes, believe it or not, another one of my friends. I promise I did not contact any of them before the making of this video. This is purely off of what I'm actually excited for. And, you know, while the progression looks good, you know, the game looks very detailed. They have a lot of advanced mechanics in there. If I'm being real, I'm just waiting to get industry platinum. I'm just waiting for the lore, I'm not gonna lie. In Heavenly Realms, I'm basically confirmed to have at least like some sort of like good progression or like, you know, at least some good character development or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm definitely going to make a series on Heavenly Realms when it comes out. Just know I'm going to be boosted to hell. I'm not even going to know how the combat works. I'm just going to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my keyboard and the person's going to die. That's what I'm expecting. You know, that's what's really going to get me into the game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay, being a little bit more serious, Heavenly Realms is definitely going to be a good game. I can tell because Bean's been working on it for a while. He's been putting a lot of effort into it, and that's very obvious. And I've actually even seen some of the backend code. I can tell you, it's pretty good. The game looks good. I'm excited. I'm very excited for the game. So, yeah. That's really all I wanted to talk about today, if I'm being real. I could talk about some other CC games, like, or I guess quote-unquote CC games, because Shattered Spire isn't really a CC game. But everyone knows Shattered Spire is going to come out in 2037, 2 months after Nagoya. So it's kind of like, you know, most of these CC games that I mentioned in this video should be coming out relatively soon, especially Bungee Gum and Canard. Those games are going to be coming out in like the next week or two, right? So I definitely have my eye on them specifically. And hopefully I will be making individual videos on these games, or as I said with Heavenly Realms, I might even make like a whole series, but that really just depends on the level of motion I can get in some of these games. You know, it's literally all about the motion. It's all about how much LT likes you. Don't even bother role-playing well. Don't even bother being good at combat. Just friend group. Just Nepo. That's literally the method. Name one CC game that whole thing doesn't work in. You literally can't. But yeah, you may also see me streaming Crawfish. Like I'm telling you, it's peak boredom. In Crawfish right now, I am PD locked to like this pocket dimension, and there's nothing going on there. It's basically just getting tortured every PD for like a week straight, right? So that's why I haven't really been streaming Crawfish that much recently, even though I am technically back in the game. For how long, who knows? That depends on the level of motion I get. As I said again, motion is the only thing that matters. But yeah, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. I'm sorry it's kind of low quality, but my personality isn't really enough to carry these videos, let me be real. But yeah, you'll probably see more videos from me soon, hopefully, question mark. Canard, please give me motion, please. Give me ego, please. But yeah. that's that's all I have to say. I'll see you all next time. Peace.